Today we are back with another update just to see what the markets have done today, to see if they've moved to our target zones, to see if they haven't, to see what would have won, what wouldn't have won, and to hopefully try and predict the next market moves. So today is currently Thursday, the 15th of May 2025 at 9:37 p.m. UK time. Right. Coming into AUD CAD, I said earlier this week either break, retest, and shoot down somewhere down here, or break, come back down, retest somewhere around this area, and then push up. It hasn't quite come down yet, but as a area of interest, I would be looking somewhere around that. So we're still waiting for it to possibly come down to there. AUD CHF, it's done what we've said. It has come back to this area of all these touches. There's a nice area here that I always said it before, needs to be filled, or it doesn't have to be filled, but it does help to have somewhere to aim to. It has come down there. I still think it might come down a little bit more as it started to come down. We might start to see a reversal a little bit earlier now, back to the upside. AUD JPY, perfect example of hitting exactly where we wanted it to go. So if you come across to the left, okay, pick an area, we've got one touch, two touch, break, retest, three touches. Got a bit of consolidation in here, four touches, five touches, break, back in the retest, possible buy now, all the way back up to the upside, hitting a nice little 6-1 possibly. AUD New Zealand, I haven't been very interested in this because it's just very choppy, big candles. AUD USD, I've said I would only be interested. We've got a bit of a consolidation period here where it's just sideways. I don't really want to trade while it's moving sideways. So we either want to break and retest above or break and retest below. CAD CHF. I said yesterday, I believe, I would be interested possibly for a buy around this area. And this is why it's better to just be patient and see what the market's doing. Don't enter just as it is coming into the zone. You want to look for a nice area to push up. So here, let's use this candle right here. That's a shooting star, so it's coming to here. We've seen the shooting star. If you'd have entered on this blue one, you could have hit a nice little 2-1. If you'd have had a lower stop loss just below the area, nice little 2-1. That would have been a nice little entry right there. Now we will wait and see what happens. It's not flagged, so it's nothing I'm interested in. These are just some ideas, just to see what happens. Again, not really interested in this. These are just some scenarios, possible buy opportunities coming back to retest. Obviously though, you don't just want to enter just because you see it, you want more confirmation. So again, I'm not interested in any of these. These are just possibilities of what could have happened. Yeah, so we've got loads of sideways movement. Not interested in this one. Haven't flagged it. Not interested in this one. Still not interested. Still not interested. Let's see what they've done. Okay, so here I would be interested on Euro GBP. If it does a nice little break and retest back into the area, possibly to continue to the downside and look on the bigger time frames, where can it come down to? So somewhere around here it could end up coming down to. Euro JPY, I would have been interested, however, haven't been paying attention on this one as such. This one would have lost. I was interested in this area, however, this one on this occasion would have lost. Again, that's part of trading. Sit on your hands though. Wait for another opportunity. Not interested. Euro USD. I think I would possibly now. Let's just have a little look. Maybe wait for a little break and retest above, maybe. So something for it to come up, come back into our zone, and then push up. Euro USD. Okay, GBP AUD. So I've said, I think it was here. I think it was yesterday, Thursday, 6 down. So it was actually Wednesday. It was actually down here. So I said possibly now come up, break, retest back into this zone. If you, again, just look to the left. Look at all these touches. Absolute boatload of touches. So it's a massive area of interest at this level, around this area. Obviously it's never going to be perfect, so I would be looking now for a break and retest. Somewhere around here, stop loss just below, so let's just say around 60 pips maybe. Nice little 2 to 1 around there. Aiming, I mean, you could let it run, aiming for some of these highs to take out. I'm going to flag that actually, because that one looks quite interesting now. GBP CAD still hasn't done what we said, so it's consolidated now. So the market might be slowing down a little bit. Ooh, okay. Might be slowing down a little bit now for this pair as it starts to now come back down again. GBP CHF, again, you know, we said it was going to come down. It has done. Whether it's got the legs to keep coming down further to our point of interest, our area, who knows. It might continue to come down. It might stay there now and create a higher low. In that case, then we'll adjust the markets, our setups and ideas accordingly. But again, you just sit on your hands, wait. GBP JPY, perfect area for I've marked up. We said yesterday, we've got the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's come perfectly in. Textbook entry, if I'm honest. We've got a gap that needs filling, or could do with being filled. It's filled that now. So now that would be a very, I would genuinely consider taking that trade. I think I would take that trade, to be honest. Yeah, I think I would. Yeah. So as you see, this is why you do top-down analysis, and that, oh my gosh, top-down analysis. I would consider now taking that trade. I would like this to push up a bit more, maybe pull back down to this sort of area. I'm not interested at the minute. Not interested at the minute. No New Zealand CAD, New Zealand CHF. So I said I would have liked for it to come down a little bit to these tops. Maybe now it's going to start to come down. So let's say from here, we've got 1, 2, 3 touches. So somewhere there now. We have got our trend line, possibility now of it breaking, retesting, coming all the way back down. Not interested in New Zealand CAD, New Zealand USD. Actually, this one this week has been awful for me in my predictions. It's literally, instead of breaking, retesting, it's took me out on both occasions. I haven't entered these, but these are just some idea setups. You know, it is what it is. That unfortunately, you do get sometimes little streaks of losses. This just would have been one of those occasions, both 2 to 1 entries. But again, I suppose you should have looked at the bigger picture. You know, weekly we're above the EMA. Daily we're above the EMA, 4 hour we're below. So realistically, you'd have been looking for a buy. I would not have took this sell, but I'd have been looking for a buy, as two upwards trends overpower one downwards trend. USD CAD for not really interested still. Not really interested still. USD JPY. That looks like a very good buy opportunity. So if you look at USD JPY, look at this. We've got top, gap, retest. Which one was it? Which one was it? Got top. No, it wasn't that one. Top, gap, retest. You look at that one, exactly the same as that one. So patterns do occur on multiple charts. It's just trying to be patient, wait for those opportunities, and see what you can get into. This was one I drew earlier on my live, so if you'd have took this, that would have been a nice 40 pips you'd have had there. So it's a simple little, got a wedge formation, 1, almost 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches, 1, 2, almost 3, break, retest, 4 touches. So it broke. I then waited for it to have a nice break of structure here, or a change of character below this lower low here, which it did, and it absolutely just waterfall. I mean, to be quite frank, if you sold here, you could have caught a nice 100 pips, which is crazy. So now it's come back up. I would possibly, let's just have a quick look. That's all my weekly into. Obviously, you know, the whole year's been up so far. Still an uptrend. Suppose you could say here, if you look at the daily, so it's tapped into this high here, break, retest. I generally reckon now this is going to keep going up again. I do think it's going to do something a little bit like this. Where is it? So it'll come down to here, tap into all these lows. We've got all these lows here, break and retest, and then continue back to the upside. So that is what I think gold will be doing as of today. We shall see though. Again, I'll be on the live. Friday's normally a bit slow because it's the end of the week, but we will see if we can get into any trades.